Okay, here's the Hatchet by 2R Designs, another one of these fidget spinners that's supposed to look like a weapon or a blade. It's not sharp at all, it's extremely dull and the edges are well polished, but it feels pretty good compared to some of the others. So I'm going to review this one now. Stainless steel, and it's got a little card that comes with it. Serial number 66, stainless steel brushed. It's got an R188. It says an HC10 ball. I think that's from FZ Essential. I'm not totally sure on that, but I think that's what it is. But in any case, it's a good feeling spinner. And I don't think it was terribly expensive. I'll go back and check that later and let you know. Let's see what we've got under the hood. Well, we already know it's an R188 10 ball. But let's see what else is under here. Oh, a press fit bearing. I don't like that too much. It makes it too difficult to change the bearings. It might be glued in. But so we hope this one holds up, because I don't like to change them if I don't have to. But that's that. Pretty simple. Oh, and it doesn't want to go back on. Doesn't want to go back on right. There we go. Okay. You can get a look at it. Now I'm wondering if this one is going to have that same effect that I've seen before, where it spins longer if the hatchet end, the blade end, is going towards the air. I don't know if that's going to happen with this one, because it's kind of square on the wings. I have a feeling it's not going to happen. But we'll find out. So I'm going to go ahead and test this one out and see what kind of spin times we get. All right, the the testing of the Hatchet got a little bit complicated. I spun it once and it got a spin time of 6 minutes and 47 seconds, but the second time I spun it, it was down to 4 minutes and 5 seconds, and it stayed in the low 4s for all the rest of the spins. Plus the bearing was making all kinds of noise. So I have a feeling I either fried the bearing or just got a bad bearing, one of the two. So with those scores that it got with that bearing, I did a full testing on it. It got a average spin time of 4 minutes and 53 seconds with an overall score of 6.5, which qualifies it as a good spinner. On appearance, I gave it a 7.5, pretty good. On feel, I gave it an 8, because it does feel pretty good. And perceived quality, I gave it a 7, mostly because of the bearing, which I found out was glued in. So it not easy to exchange at all. But I went ahead and exchanged it anyway for it had what was called, what they say here is an HC bearing in it to begin with. I put in a FZ Essentials HC2 bearing and decided to test it all over again, because I think I had a bad bearing to begin with. And it got some really fantastic scores. An average spin duration of 9 minutes and 25 seconds. And it was pretty consistent no matter how it was held. With one exception, we did get that effect where if it was, if you can see, this is supposed to be the leading edge of the blade. It spun better going like this, backwards, than going forward, which is consistent with what I've seen before in some of these. It seems like if you spin the blunt end towards the air and the tapered end away, you get better spin times. I don't know why that is. Maybe somebody with some experience in aerodynamics could tell me, but it was a definite effect here. I don't think it'll have too much effect on actually playing with it with your hands, though. So this thing costs $120 on the R2 or the 2R Designs website. Weighs 75 grams. I think the price is a little bit steep. I don't like the one thing I really don't like about it is that they had a glued-in bearing. It was not easy to change it out at all. But I'm going to leave the bearing in that I put in there because it's obviously much better than what it came with. So anyway, that's the Hatchet. Pretty good spinner. Oh, by the way, with the FC Essentials HC2 bearing, the overall score for the Hatchet was a 8.1, which qualifies it as a superior spinner. So you can get a superior spinner if you want to put a superior bearing in it.